Yes, it is. It's Friday. And the Friday on a short week. I can't believe it's here. But intensity, intensity. Have you looked at that word? Intensity. I'm thinking to myself, I've just come off that intense 12-week course, which I am going to be repeating. But Bill says, no, 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 no. You don't go repeating anything. Can you imagine if I make a mistake and I decide just to keep repeating it, doing the same old thing? Or I make a great recipe and I decide to just keep repeating, repeating, repeating. Well, on the mistake, that would be silly. On the recipe, I could repeat to perfection, or as close as I could get. But then what happens when we do a repeat instead of reinforcing? That was his words this morning. I should have made this reinforcing, but it's the intensity of this course that just will not go out of my head. And it's about looking at those intense times, such as my 12-week course of intensity. And now I don't want to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it because I didn't do all the things I wanted to do as big as I wanted to do them. Let's put it that way. So that means I go back and follow through it, but I expand it. I expand it. Or he used the word reinforce. Now, I can tell for myself, back to intensity, that I've just been intense long enough that I'm probably going to take August off. That won't do much for my pay stubs, will it, for September? But that's very likely what will happen, is that I just need to take that holiday time that I require. So I look at the intensity and I say, oh, I am so excited because when I do go back and really jump into it, I'm going to expand it all. Well, you'd say, well, you just took a course. Why is that so intense? Well, at the same time, I have been put into being executor for a will that should have been very simple, but had 8 beneficiaries, 6 that are fighting, and objections to deal with. I've just met with 2 lawyers on a 3-way Zoom call. Yes, I have. To sort this mess out. That is stress. That is intense. Now, at the very same time, I mean, that's been going on for a while. So that was pressure while I was doing the intensive course. You see what's happening? You see what's happening? Now I had a client pass away who has been also a client for probably 25 years. And the compliance and regulation and so on to pay out the investment side is intense. I mean, I did this maybe 2 months ago. I didn't have to do what paperwork they're asking for today. It's crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Well, if it doesn't come in this way, it's going to be sent back. So even though that's the work I've been doing, makes it intense because they're stretched and spread around the continent. You see, intensity. So that's piled on. It took me this week to sort out how I was going to do that and move along the executive job, which meant I didn't get doing my own work for me. Well, yes, I did. I held my coaching meetings. Yes, I did that because that lights me up. So I still had my coaching meetings and my coaching clients. But I'm talking about moving chunks of life along. So that's the intensity. And when you get that intense, that's when all that self-sabotage starts. I'm too tired for this. I can't handle this. The energy starts to flag. Have you noticed your energy will start to flag when things just get too much and it starts to wane? And when the fatigue sets in, you say, I just have to take a break. There's a circus going on here. And so I need to put in motion stopping the circus, because the circus is going on here in my head and my thoughts. This is too much. I'm too tired. I've got to just take this one step at a time. And yes, oh yes, and you deserve that little rest. So pretty soon the energy that I had to clean all of this stuff up starts to wane, moves into avoidance. You know, avoidance, how you can avoid something. And if we avoid doing what has to be done, which is right there in front of us, if we avoid it, pretty soon that's called procrastination. And procrastination just puts the guilt back in. You see what a circus can happen? So the procrastination puts the guilt back in. The guilt pushes on intensity, which tires you out some more. And now you can feel guilty having that little rest that you needed. You want to take charge of those voices? I do. That's what I've been doing I've done it for decades, but in this intense time, I've had to do it consciously as well. And this work I'm doing with positive intelligence, the voices that are running our lives and don't need to, it has been miracle work for me. And for my buddy Scott as well, who's walked through this program with me. And in fact, thank you, Scott. You just put in a referral or a reference, whatever it's called, in LinkedIn. I really appreciate you doing the work that you're needing to do and changing your life. It's just magical. My life has changed magically over the decades. And these are the skills and the tools that I use that I want to share with you as well. You don't have to live with the circus. You don't. You can change it. You can do it. I can help, but you must get in touch. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Don't let the intensity take the joy. Don't let those voices talk you into all the guilt and the anger. Have a great weekend instead. Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. You can do it, and I can help. Take care.